What's up, guys? This is Erico here, and welcome to another episode of Ask Me Anything. And I'm going to get straight to it. We have a few people lined up already, but I'm going to pick this one here, which I believe we're calling. Actually, I don't know where we're calling, but we're going to be calling somebody called Priya. So let's call away. There we go. Hello, is this Priya?
Hi.
Hey, it's Erico.
Hi, Eric. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very, very good.
And can we just, for a moment before I start the show, is it okay just to tell everybody where I'm calling right now?
Sure.
Where are you?
Okay. Yeah, I'm in Tokyo right now.
Tokyo,
I'm
wow.
in Tokyo.
And what are you doing out in Tokyo?
Well, I do digital marketing.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. But you're from London, though.
Yeah, originally from London, but I've been in Tokyo for 2 years.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. So anyway, first of all, welcome to Ask Me Anything. And I guess it's all yours. We can speak about anything.
Okay. Anything.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll pick a question that may resonate with people. How do you find your purpose in life?
How do you find your purpose? You find your purpose by doing things. A lot of people, I think they're looking for their purpose. What are they doing? They're kind of like trying to sit there and figure out what is my life purpose, but that's not how purpose is figured out, you know? It's like a lot of people, they look at me today and then they say to me, Eric, it looks like you found your purpose. You know, whenever they see me on stage, they say, whenever you're on stage, you're alive. But actually, I don't call that my life purpose. I call that my purpose in this moment in time. Because for all I know, I mean, I'm open for anything to change. But, you know, for all anyone knows, I could be some like crazy badass rapper, you know, going forward or something, you know. I'm open to all of that. But I believe that everything that we do kind of leads us on to the next part of our life, you know.
Yeah.
So I think we don't need to.
About growth.
Yeah, we don't need to overthink it. And I think that a lot of people kind of, they try figuring out without doing things. That's the problem. Instead, it's understanding what Steve Jobs talks about. He says you can't connect the dots looking forward, so there's no point trying to plan it. Instead, you can only connect them looking backwards. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So have you found your purpose?
Yeah. I think you're right about trying new things, and that's what I have been doing. I think I have found my, but I haven't yet kind of followed that passion just yet.
So what's the reason behind it?
Well, I was actually watching a documentary today about Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
And he was talking about his purpose and the fact that everyone has some purpose in life.
Yeah.
And I think mine has always been about helping people, but I wasn't really sure how to do that.
Okay, yep.
So I was kind of looking for a forum to be able to do that.
Right, okay. So
I see people like you guys who are really good at motivational speaking.
Yeah.
So it's something that I would definitely want to look into.
Yeah. So I think that the thing with purpose, how I look at it is, it's kind of like, it's whatever fuels you, you know, whatever drives you. If something like makes you really happy and excited every day, and you feel that passion, I think that is. Once you find your passion, you find your purpose. But you need to be able to follow that passion, because a lot of people, the reason why they don't do it is because they are thinking, oh, well, I need to pay the bills, you know, so obviously I need to get a job. And then what happens is people get stuck in a job they don't enjoy, and then they're like, why am I doing this? Then they're looking at other people and saying, I want to live that, and then they give all these excuses to why they can't do it. But actually the biggest thing is they're kind of scared to take that leap of faith, take that jump, you know, because
Yeah.
I mean, I had to do it coming from an Asian background. My mom and dad wanted me to be a doctor or an accountant or you know how it is, you know. And then I'm just like, but
I completely understand.
I'm like C grade student, you know, D grade student. I said, I'm not gonna be a doctor, you know. It was kind of like accept it, and coming from that, and then what happened is Dad would say to me, "Oh, well, apart from working in like restaurants, what are you gonna do with your life?" And then I had to take that leap as well. I mean, think about it, a Chinese kid with like no qualifications whatsoever suddenly says, and it's not like super successful or anything, and then suddenly say, hey, I want to go and inspire people, you know, I want to be a motivational speaker, and then I'm the shy boy from school, so it's like it just doesn't add up at all. But I had to take that leap, you know. I had to go on stage. I had to be, you know, shaking, my face going red, and I didn't know what to say. I had to go through all of that for, you know, a couple of years of practice before. And now people say to me, Eric, you found your purpose, you know, and wow, you're born to speak. I'm like, yeah, whatever, you know. It's a lot of practice.
Yeah.
So I think it's about taking that leap.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like right now, I'm in Tokyo, and I will be coming back to London next year. And it's kind
for
of
good. Are you coming back for good?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But coming back to my parents, because they also live in London.
Yeah.
And my dad's like, so what are you going to do with your life if you quit your job and continue with your company? Like, he's super, super worried about it.
Uh-huh.
And I think that's, like, causing a lot of stress for him.
Yeah.
Because he literally doesn't understand how important it is to feel fulfilled in life rather than just doing a job. I've told him several times, look, Dad, I'm not happy doing my job. And the fact that he's happy about that or thinks that that's okay really worries me.
Yeah.
But it's because he's had a different kind of lifestyle where stability is more important than anything else. Whereas for me, what's more important is actually fulfilling my life.
Yeah. That's exactly. I mean, what you're sharing here is exactly my story. You know, it's the same because my parents were like that as well. It's like, what you doing? You know, what you're doing with your life, and they won't understand. But I think one very important thing is to understand that at the end of the day, you know, they want well for you. Like, and the only reason they would say, otherwise is because they don't get it yet. They don't get the other path. You know. But one thing I always say is that sometimes whenever we want like a new thing in our life, it takes some chaos before you get to order. It's always chaos before order. And one thing is, I mean, there's no point trying to convince them that this is the right path or anything, because obviously they have their belief system. And what I always say is, instead of trying to speak to them and try to like change them and change their thought, instead of that, why don't we just allow success to make the noise? Because I mean, that's the path I went down. And although they were so upset when I left college and I left, you know, all that type of stuff, and I left home, and they were really upset about it. And they were even like, you know, the words they would say in those moments, because they're worried. It's not because they don't love you, but they're worried. They'll say, you know, they're pretty much like disowning you. But then today, my parents, they're the proudest parents ever, you know, like, they're my biggest fan. My mom and dad, they're my biggest fans on Facebook. You know, they share all my stuff. They say, this is my son. And so when I see that, I know that, hey, I chose the right path. And another thing as well, a saying that a great mentor of mine said many years ago to me was, Eric, it's not about trying to make the right decision in life. It's about how you can make a decision and then make that decision the right decision. And so when I made a decision and I say, hey, I want to go my route, then how do I make it a success, you know? Yeah. And in fact, for me, proving my parents that I can do it was my drive, you know, at that time. So,
Do you think it takes one leap of faith? I mean, look, what my mum was saying, because she's actually quite supportive, is instead of taking one jump where you quit your job and focus on what you want to do it in a transition type.
It depends. It depends if you want the change. It depends if you want the change fast or slow. If you want the change slow, then what will happen is you slowly transition, very comfortably make the change step by step, and it takes a time. If you want the change fast, then you take the leap. For me personally, I always take the leap because I've done it so many times in my life now to come to understand that the bigger you go into this totally unknown, the more faster you'll build that bridge to make it work, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what kind of steps did you take? So I'm guessing you kind of left college, and then what did you do?
Oh, I hope your parents aren't going to be listening to this advice from me. They're gonna kill me. I need to be careful here. So I literally, this is no advice to you, by the way. Don't take this as advice. So this is just my story. So what I did was I literally said no to whatever they said. And I said, I'm going to do my thing. And mum was crying. Dad was angry. And I literally, I disappeared in the middle of the night. I left home like that, you know.
Wow.
And they were so upset. Well, mum was so upset. She was worried sick. Dad was like crazy angry, but I did it anyway. And I couldn't actually speak to Dad for a good 6 months, you know. And it was like that. But then when I did it, I remember it was very interesting because super fast. Like my success journey was crazy when now thinking about it, because I literally left and then I got everything together, started my business, and I came back driving a new BMW M Sport. And then I remember driving it back home and then Dad seeing it and saying, "Where on earth did you get that?" I said, "Well, I'm making it now." You know, and then he thought I was drug dealing or something, you know. He was like, with a skeptical mind, was saying, "What have you been up to?" You know, I said, "Dad, I've got a business. It's doing well, you know." And then they bought into it. Then they knew I was capable. They weren't worried about me. They were proud of me. And then everything just went uphill from there, you know. But those 6 months was kind of painful, you know.
Yeah. So, I mean, 6 months is a pretty short time.
I was very determined.
Yeah.
I guess I really dislike the fact that Dad always thought, "Hey, you got no qualifications. You're going to work in a kitchen frying rice all your life," you know? And then I was like, "Oh, no, don't let that be true," you know? And so I had to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's really inspirational.
These are really good questions, and I've really enjoyed this conversation with you. This has been my favorite AMA session. And I can see Dan on the camera right now. He's smiling away. I think he's enjoying this too. Yeah. Yeah, anyway, I will have to end it there. Otherwise, our viewers are going to stop watching because it's too long now. Maybe we'll have a conversation outside of this AMA session. And also I'll let you grab some sleep. Please don't go leaving home or anything and saying that Eric taught you to do so. Yeah, I'm gonna have to block your parents from this show. Yeah. Anyway, I know it's late out there. You grab some sleep. And
okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. Speak soon. Good night. Bye. What a beautiful call. I actually enjoyed that one. It was just like a friend speaking to a friend. We should do that more often. And guys, I was saying another thing as well. It's very interesting because I said to Dan, we have AMA, Ask Me Anything. And I teach so many different things. Every single time it's the same topics over and over. And nobody has ever asked anything about business. It's kind of like my strength, my forte about making money or business or sales or internet marketing. Instead, all of you want to get your ex back. You want to manifest instantly. You want to open up your third eye. Maybe, just maybe next time we can get some different more variety of questions. Anyway, guys, I'm going to finish it there. Hope you've enjoyed the show. If you got anything out of this share whatsoever, please do hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. Also, comment below. Let us know your thoughts and your comments. Also, let us know where you guys have tuned in from. It's always nice to know, so then we can get to meet each other on a more personal level. If you guys want to be featured on any of the AMA shows going ahead, all you need to do in the description box, you will see it says get my contact. You'll be able to get my number there, and every time I do an AMA session, I send a text out to you telling you I'm going to do one of those sessions, and then you can message back and say call me, and then I'll randomly pick out a few people to call, and that's how you get onto the show and we speak and get to know each other a little bit better. So guys, those of you who are new to this channel, remember to, which side are we going here? Which side do you want? Remember to hit that subscribe button and the notifications button next to it, because this year I'm dedicated to making, I don't dare saying daily videos because we're going into 2019 now, but making a whole load of videos to hold you accountable to make it your best year yet. But for now, guys, have a blessed day. Signing out. Ciao.